Welcome, and come into our little theater. The play is already underway. You are about to have a view from the stage into the wings, where Jackie and Elly prepare for their entrances.
I was at the J.C. Penney, and my wife says to me,
Nice
honey,
house, huh?
would you hold my purse
Is it
when I go
closing
into
night
the changing
already?
room? And I said,
Nice
woman,
run,
you
too.
must be insane.
I'd pretty much given
Hold
up
your
on ever
purse
being back.
in these shoes?
Kind of ever, you know?
Yeah, it's strange.
Not
Hey,
soon enough.
do you say you teach at Harvard?
Too soon.
Yale. All
Too
right,
soon.
Yale. Did you say you teach at
Hey.
Harvard?
You still have that old Honda.
Pinky? No.
Coming right up.
She ran forever, though. Almost 300,000 miles.
bartender.
Evening.
Paint
What do
peeling
you
and
think, pal?
molding gone.
And don't forget about the Bondo.
Here you
I
go,
miss
buddy.
Pinky.
Let me guess.
Well,
You've got
you
a
look
wife
really
at
good.
home who nags
Don't you ever
all the
age?
time,
My
right?
knees are not what
Or
they
you do
used
some
to
kind
be.
of carnival trick?
Well, you look
For me.
really good.
I know.
Must be
You
genetics. Certainly not lifestyle. You look good yourself.
You always look beautiful to me.
You just can't help yourself. You're such
Get
a
it?
flirt.
Hell, that ain't a surprise.
I'm a flirt. I'm a flirt. What about that time we went to hear your friend's band play at that gas station place? What was the name of that place?
The filling station.
Right. And you were there with your boyfriend at the time, sitting at that big crowded table. Now I was sitting at the bar, and you kept smiling at me. Remember?
I had a bit to drink.
Evening, gentlemen.
Do you remember when I came to see you in the Dragons trilogy? It was here.
I've never been in that show, but I remember when you came to see me in another show, The Hobbit.
Ugh. And I shouldn't have come.
You were pretty shaky. You had just gotten out of the hospital.
I was a mental case. Then my phone broke, and I lost all my contacts and my calendar. Ugh.
Well, oh, I remember Billy broke it.
What?
I didn't know then. I found out later.
Yeah, I knew it.
Billy was pretty pissed with you.
Ugh. Well, it could have been worse. I'm lucky I didn't end up with a broken nose or something.
Hey there, good looking. You sure are smart, huh?
The bowl.
The
Well,
Hobbit.
The peanuts. The ones you just
Gosh.
made me. There.
That was forever ago.
How about you? How have you done for yourself?
Okay.
You haven't kept up with me?
And that guy's
I think about you all the time. But who could I ask? I mean, if I did, they'd say, here's your number. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. Or, what? You two haven't kept in touch. You seem pretty tight. You seem like you were pretty good friends. And then I'd have to lie and risk exposing what you told me not.
Hard of hearing.
Well, you've come back from a lot, had a pretty good career, a pretty good life.
I've seen pretty much everyone and everything.
My life is not as exciting as it was. Not for me, anyway.
But you won a couple awards.
Now, how do you know?
Oh, one for
I
the
have
road.
my sources.
Multiple Irishmen, lots of horses.
I saw the Dragons trilogy in London. It was before I met you. Did you ever see it?
No.
If you want the spring in your
I guess that
legs,
show creeped my me. I mean, it made me think of you before I met you.
I told you, we don't.
Now you're just making up words.
Maybe. But there was this scene with a pair of young lovers in a shoe store, stepping into the shoes and then kicking them back off again. I mean, one was always pulling away from the other, and that was us.
Need a break, right? Changing scenery.
You you took me to that concert. Do you remember that? I didn't pull away then.
I gave you that CD. You ever listen to it? Sometimes?
No.
Once, just once, 2 years ago, with a
Do you have any regrets?
No, not at all. Except for the outdoor drama with the bottle rockets and skinny dipping.
What is this?
Yeah. Oh, and that someone took a video and posted it.
Some
That's
alternate
it.
reality where every joke you
And the
tell is
jalapeno eating contest. Ugh, I
Was
regret
there
that.
an infinite number of chickens attempting to
My
cross an
junior
infinite number of
prom
I don't know.
and that random hookup in Oklahoma. Yeah, okay. There are a few regrets.
Maybe the entire universe is one big comedy
I
routine.
regret that there are no
Instead,
photos of
the
us,
ultimate punchline.
You
I
took
don't
that
know.
one.
I don't know what I
and
know.
you hated
I
it.
don't know what I don't
You
know.
had that
And I don't
forced
even know where
smile
to
on
turn
your
to for any
face.
answers
You
anyway.
hated it, so I hated it.
So
I deleted it. But I remember being at your house,
Like that,
your old house.
I'm serious. Why not? Don't you have the keys?
Where the squirrels tried to eat their way through the back door.
And in that house, we had photos everywhere. I mean, there were photos of friends and family and shows. And I remember when I realized that I would never be among your photos, and that we, I mean, you and I,
Yes, sir.
would never be something you would want to celebrate.
Why are you drinking so fast?
I move on, Ellie. I never wanted to live halfway. I always wanted to be where I was 100%, do what I was doing 100%. If I didn't fully want something or if it wasn't available, then what was the point? Wasn't I just wasting my time? But that's that's what was odd about you. I kept telling myself to move on. Then you just pop up. And it was always you just always had horrible timing.
Kirby, the second oldest living queen.
What? Who is that?
Well, that's how he referred to himself anyway. Love that guy. He was the best theater director ever. Well, he said there's an absolute right time, a perfect time for a line, for a reaction, for an action. And actors need to develop that awareness. Too soon? Wrong. Too late? Wrong. But knowing that exact time, like placing the line, lobbing the line, launching the action, well, in theater, we get time to figure that out. But in life, not so much.
How tough is it to pour some drinks and toss out those straight lines?
I always feel like I recognize those moments after they pass. Like, oh shit, there it was. Missed my turn again. Well, that's been my life.
Absolutely.
You gave me more chances than I ever deserved,
Just do me a
and I still screwed them up.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you had horrible timing, but other times it was spot on.
Right.
Like with our town, you texted that you had forgotten the time change and that you wouldn't make a curtain, but then you walked in during curtain speech.
I remember I drove like a maniac.
Oh, Ellie, it was perfect timing. But then this always happened. You always did this. You'd start clamping on to me, clamping onto my life, trying to insert yourself. And I'd ask you to slow down. And then you would do or say something that was incredibly wrong. Just wrong.
I know. I don't know why. I never figured out why. Do you want to know the greatest regret of my life?
Please don't say it was me. Are you gonna say it's that you didn't leave Joey then?
No, even before then. Knowing what I know now, I never would have left here the first place. I never would have married Joey. I would have waited here to meet you.
Maybe I wouldn't wanted you then.
Maybe, but still, I would have waited. I caused Joey a lot of pain, and you.
I really believed you were going to leave him.
I thought I would too, and I did. Just 3 years later, again, my timing sucked.
It doesn't matter. You made your choice.
I made a promise. I took a vow.
You lied to me and you lied to him.
And there's no coming back from that, is there?
Sorry, no. But I've forgiven you, though I just don't want to go here. Not today. Elly, you were a very good lover.
You were the best I ever had.
No, I wasn't. I was clumsy.
Well, your technique could be.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm not talking about technique, Jackie. I'm talking about heart, connection. You looked into my eyes constantly.
You did too, Elly.
You were the only one who ever called me Elly.
And you were the only person I ever let call me Jackie. Elly, it didn't last long, but it was really good while it lasted. What is life but a collection of moments, feelings strung together like popcorn on a Christmas garland? Sometimes they get tangled and you can untie them, and other times you just have to cut the string.
Christmas in Paris. We talked of Christmas in Paris. Remember, we dreamed of it. And I thought it was possible. I wasn't playing with your heart. I wasn't stringing you along. I tried. I tried to become someone you could trust, someone you could forgive. I tried for 7 years. I mean, I tried to find a way, but the doors kept closing. Jobs that didn't come through, and unexpected bills that ate up my savings.
Could you imagine doing Christmas Carol every year? I hate that show.
Why?
Because Scrooge should have gone after Isabel. He should have never let her get away.
But that's the point, that he let his life get away.
So he wasted his life? Why should we care about Scrooge then?
Let's do it. Christmas in Paris. You're not seeing anyone. I'm single.
Elly,
What do you say? For once, let's just not care what anyone else thinks. Let's go.
Elly,
Come on. We'll get separate rooms.
Elly, you're trying to clamp onto me.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am, aren't I?
These are strange times.
Hmm.
That's your cue.
See you at curtain call.
These are strange times. Normally, we would all be gathered in one place, at a church, an open field, a cemetery. But these are strange days. And as we gather online to keep ourselves safe, still, life marches on. And with it, death still comes. We gather here today to mark the death and celebrate the life of Jacqueline.
Your timing sucks, Jackie. Oh,